everyone, I'm Melissa Moak, founder of Web Dev Tutoring, and today I want to give a quick demonstration of how to use the Inspect Element tool in Google Chrome. Now some of you may ask, what even is that? Well, the Inspect Element tool in any browser, not just Google Chrome, allows you to manipulate the HTML and CSS of a page in real time, so you get a live preview of what it would look like. I want to show you in this video how easy it is to use and how much of a lifesaver it can be for your project. To start off, I have put together a little demo website here that isn't working right, so I can show you how to fix it using the Inspect Element tool. Most of the time, Inspect Element is used when you have finished styling your page and you pull it up in the browser to find that not everything looks the way you wanted it to. So let's fix it. The first thing to do is open the tool. To do this, you can either right-click anywhere on the page and select Inspect, or you can come up to the three dots here at the top, More Tools, and Developer Tools. There is also a keyboard shortcut of Control-Shift-I on a PC or Command-Shift-I on a Mac. Either way you choose, it should open a window just like this one. I have it here on the right so you can see the web page and the code side by side. But you can change where this panel is located here at the top to be either on the left, bottom, right, or a new window. Notice we are on the Element tab here at the top, and there is a section showing the HTML of the page and a section showing the CSS of the page. To get going on how to fix the page, let's first look at this picture of how it should look. In the picture, it has an image on the background, and the main section is centered on the page. The menu is narrow, and the login button is inside the main section. Now that we know how it should look, let's start with the background image issue. I know I added a background image to the page, but it isn't showing up. To see the style for this image, let's click on the body element in the HTML section to show the styles for that particular element. As you can see, there is a yellow triangle here next to the background style. The yellow triangle means that this CSS isn't valid. If we look at it, we can see that the image should be inside a URL method. To fix this, you can just click on the right side of the style here, and that will open a text box for you to add in some text. So if we add in our URL here, notice our background image showed up before we even clicked off of our URL here. Now I want to stress that by changing the style here, it won't save this to your style sheet file. You will need to copy and paste the style into your style sheet. There is a way to set it up so that you are saving to your local file when you make changes, but I'll have to go over that in a separate video. A nice perk though is that if you look at the right side here, it shows you the style sheet that these styles are in, as well as the line number in where to find the styles, so that you don't have to go hunting for where to paste it. Moving on, the next issue is that the main section isn't centered. If we go to the HTML section and just hover over the wrapper tag, we can see these nice orange and green boxes show up. This shows us the margins, the orange boxes, and the padding, the green boxes, on that element. If we click on the wrapper tag, it will now show the styles associated with that tag in the CSS section down here. Looking through the styles, I don't see any styles that are trying to center it. So let's add a style. To add a style, you can just click in the white space next to any of the styles already there, like this. Now how should we center it? Most would think to try and use the text-align center style, but if we try that like this, notice I haven't even finished typing, and it's centering the text on the screen here. It's not centering the actual main section. So we can just turn that off by clicking this checkbox here, or we can click on it, hit the delete key, and then click off of it, and it will go away. To actually center the main section, not just the text, we need to use a margin that is auto on the left and on the right. We can put margin 0 auto, which is shorthand for saying no margins on the top and bottom, and auto margins on the left and right, like this. Notice though, because we put this below our margin top here, our margin top up here is gone. This style here is overriding our margin top here. So what we need to do if we want to keep our margin top is actually put this style above our margin top style. Now we have our nice margin top at the top here. Next is the menu issue. Looking back at the image of how it should look, the menu is actually taller than I wanted it to be. If I hover over the links over here, my blue box is too tall for them to fit right. To fix this, let's right-click on one of the links. Let me hide my image here. Let's right-click on one of the links and select Inspect. Now, let's come over here and let's hover over each of these elements to see if we can find any orange margins that shouldn't be there. It isn't on this A tag or on the LI, but here it is on the UL tag. If we click on the UL tag, you can see we don't see any margins that we set, but if we scroll down a little bit, we can see these predefined margins that the UL has for before and after. This is what gives your list elements those nice spaces before and after the lists, but we don't want that here. So we can click into our style right here and add a margin 0, and that will override those styles and make our menu smaller. Now we only have one more issue to fix. Our last issue is the login button isn't inside our wrapper tag. If you don't want to right-click to select the element, you can use this button up here in the top left. Click it, and then move over all of the elements on your page, and it will show you which ones you can click on. For now, let's just click on this button here, and then go up to this div up here with the idea of login. Looking at the styles, we see that we have it positioned absolutely in the top right corner, top and right. But this is doing the top right corner of the whole HTML. If we want to make the position of the button be inside the wrapper tag, we need to add a position relative style to the wrapper tag. By doing this, we are telling the page to position the button inside the next parent that has position relative. If the page can't find anything with position relative, it will just put it inside the HTML tag or edge of the document. So if we add this style to our wrapper, like this, our login button is now inside the wrapper. Looking back at our image, our web page now looks the same. Make sure as you do this process that you are copying and pasting each element you change out to your style sheet once you get it looking how you want it to. Otherwise, if you refresh the page like this, you'll lose everything. I hope you enjoyed this short demo on how to use the Inspect Element tool in Google Chrome. There are many other things you can do with the Inspect Element tool, but if I went over everything in one video, it would be too long. I hope to do other videos demoing some other things that you can do in the Inspect Element tool. Thanks for watching.